Hello, Anna. Thank you for joining us with Conversations with MM today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Hi everyone, welcome to Conversations with MM. This is Marivir, and our guest for this evening is a Taiwanese scholar and champion for gender equality, Dr. Lih-Rong Wang. She is from Taiwan, of course, and she emphasized that development must be data driven, and meaning policies and programs depend on research information to make it appropriate and accurate for developmental goals. Dr. Wang was one of the speakers of the advocacy program um, training developed and implemented by the Women's Federation for Peace International on March 8 and 9 at the New Yorker Hotel. Also, in this episode, we have the testimonials of the Korea Peace Pilgrimage, which was done in April and organized by WFWP USA and Korea, wherein the Interfaith International Peace Temple was formally opened through the leadership of Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. So, this is a very special episode. Take a listen to our interview with Dr. Wang.
Dr. Wang, thank you so much for this honor of having this conversation with you. Yeah, so tell us about your evolution as a leader. We know that you are very instrumental in helping women in Taiwan. So, how did you become a leader yourself? Tell us a little story about it.
Okay. I graduated from the UCLA maybe 3 years ago,
Mhm.
and I feel this is the way to help a woman just join the government kind of consultation job and NGO's job. So that's the way you pave your way to help women to enrich her life.
Oh,
So
nice.
this is the commitment since I graduated from my PhD.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get back home and feel this is the way I can help myself to do something for others.
Oh, nice. So, where did you get your PhD from? Where did you finish?
I
I
did
understand New
PhD.
York or US?
UCLA,
Uh-huh.
yeah, which is supported by government, and it's kind of honored to get this kind of scholarship. So I went to UCLA for 4 years to get my social welfare PhD degree, and since that, I feel how can we contribute society and help myself to achieve my dream
Oh,
to help
nice of
people
you.
in our society, particularly who are in the disability.
I see.
Yeah.
So, were you born in Taiwan, Dr.
I was
Wan?
born in Taiwan and grew up from Taiwan,
Uh-huh.
and I also get degree from National Taiwan University, bachelor and master.
I
So it's a long way, but I'm so glad I can get a PhD from the UCLA.
Amazing.
Well, it's very competitive and very solid training
Mhm.
in my career. So I would say that's great. Gratitude.
Right. So tell us about the women in Taiwan and how you used this education, this highest form of formal education, to lift the conditions of women in Taiwan. What projects did you do, and how did you do it?
Yes, from my life, I can see how academic life can help women and how the kind of NGO style or consultative style of life, which all can help women. From my inside, if you do a lot of research, you can have evidence-based approach to see what is the life, what is need of the assistance for the women in terms of their economic status, political status, or any welfare needs. So I have done a lot of research regarding what is the violence against women, what is the economic development, where needed. So this is the way to know the woman, and starting with my evidence-based approach research. And secondly, I have been involved NGOs, programs, all government consultative stages. We know the what is the reality and help to the policy making and the NGO practice. So we also, yes, academic work can help women through research, but don't forget, you also can go to the practice side
Yeah.
to help women through programs, through the involvement, through policies making. So I have been a policy making involvement for a long time.
So you are into policy research and you advocate this to the local legislators, for example?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Oh, nice.
This is the way we can help.
Are you able to provide like a master class on collaboration with government officials or business sector?
That's a good question. Usually in Taiwan,
Yeah.
if the academic world how help the woman or help the practitioners.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, government allowed to combine kind of MBA or something kind of like program to help practitioners and more. But if you want to be the practitioner, you also need to do something which will be very rooted to the society.
Yeah.
That would be join the NGO. NGO is a very routine, society-based approach or community-based approach to know what is the reality of the
Mhm.
world. And you can know real life of the woman. So this is something we like. Like WLP, Taiwan have done a lot of kind of family
Projects.
community oriented project, or youth-based approach
I see.
project. And based on the research, it's not enough. We also need to base on practitioners
Uh-huh.
some service programs. So that's the way we know how improve our skills of helping or develop improve them that help.
What are problems that you have encountered in Taiwan in terms of reaching out to the community of women? Are there problems?
Sure, there are a lot of barriers. First one is called a stereotype of
Oh.
the woman status. Although Taiwan's woman status is quite high
Yes.
compared with in Asia
I
other
know.
countries. But
You
still,
have a woman prime minister during
Yeah.
COVID, I remember.
yeah, we also have a president.
President, yes. Yes.
Tsai Ing-wen. So this is kind of a indicator to show how gender gap in our society.
Mhm.
But in reality, you still can see it's not easy to persuade this kind of awareness program to be accepted by the society, or particularly for the men.
Mhm.
So some men, or maybe 30 to 40% men, still have kind of stereotype of woman being should follow the order of the man as kind of equal status in the family.
Uh-huh.
And men are very dominant,
Yes.
alive to dominate women or even any kind of positions in the public.
So in your experience, how did you break the stereotypes?
Yes, we have a lot of laws to
Oh,
to regulate these kind of programs or regulate any kind of anti woman status that we have Equal Employment Act for the women who are in the workplace. The woman can get equal treatment.
yeah.
Otherwise, they cannot get any right. So the government can do something through the law
Mhm.
and to get better life.
As far as Beijing platform was concerned, are you able to benchmark Taiwan's experience and how has it since 1995?
Sure.
Can you say if there was a qualitative change in the lives of women in the villages?
Yes, I can give some indicators to show how it's different. First
Mhm.
one, how is the economic participation rate of the women.
Mhm.
Since 30 years ago, there's about 45% of women are in the workplace after marriage, but now it's
Oh.
more than 51 or 2. Yeah, 52% of the women who get married but are still in the workplace.
Ah,
So it's a big progress.
okay.
And secondly, consider wage gap.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 30 years ago, the wage gap about 25% or 30%,
Mhm.
but now it's about 50% of the wage gap between men and women. So there's big progress.
There's progress.
Yes.
So we just have to keep working on it.
Yes. And the political participation, you
Yes.
can see the difference as well.
It has increased.
Yeah, 30 years ago, maybe only 20% of the women are in the Congress.
But now, how much?
It's 40%
Uh-huh.
in the Congress. So it's a
Wonderful.
big progress. Maybe sooner or later, more than 50% of the women will become host of the Congress.
So this is maybe just because of consistent work, persistence by the
This work
leaders.
by the several ways. First one, regulation or law.
Mm.
So important. As in political participation, we have guarantee number for women.
Mhm.
And secondly, protect women in the workplace.
Yes.
And we can have a kind of violence against women law to protect women because they are in a disadvantaged situation.
Okay.
So law goes first,
Mhm.
but you have to collect all the data, collect every cent of the disadvantaged situation of women.
So you
And
have to
can
know
learn
what's the situation.
And secondly, social movement,
Mhm.
women's movement,
Yes.
social campaign for women's rights
Mhm.
is so crucial because it's kind of awareness for the community.
Yes.
People will support and how can build up a women's society for women, for the men, or even for the whole society. So this is the way we do it.
Amazing.
Yeah, and certainly not only we have need to the education program for the community.
Mhm.
So we kind of community awareness program to see gender equality is not only good for men
Yes.
and
It's for the
good
community.
for the men as well, for the community as well, for the
Yeah.
nation as well. So that we come to here, this is for the status of the Taiwan in the international.
Mhm.
So sometimes we come to the kind of NGOs to participate international international
Conference.
conference. This is the way to get Taiwan's visibility,
Yes.
and the woman can be strong.
It
to
is.
make
You are.
Taiwan so-
We are.
yeah, make Taiwan visible. That's the way to help the woman, and the we can say achievement of women's status has been done. Yeah.
Yes, I
So,
understand. One last question, Dr. Wan. What about what is your sense of what if America is going to leave Taiwan and be, right now there's fear like Philippines or other countries will be not given enough support by the US with the new administration. Can you have something to say about that?
it's a very difficult issues. If some are very political concept,
Yes.
but Taiwan is very good in high tech,
Mhm. Yes.
particularly semiconductor. I think it will help the whole countries to
Mhm.
be visible in the world.
Yes.
So even United States have some very interesting perspective to look at Taiwan or even the all the Taiwan situation. I think Taiwan is still there. Taiwan is Taiwan. Taiwan
Yes.
cannot because of someone say you are not good, you are not good.
Supporting.
Yeah. So Taiwan is
You
Taiwan is
will be
always-
the
yeah.
strong country that you have always been, right?
Yes.
Because of the women mostly.
Also women know.
Yes. I love that.
What's real. And I think one thing which I would point out, Taiwan's women, so their resilience is so strong. Very strong. I think the Asian women always like that.
I agree.
So no matter what happens, even in the family,
Yeah.
even in the public sector, I think women can be very strong for the family, for the society, for the international situation. So even United States has something to say backward to Taiwan. I think women can be the very strong backup for our society, for the international status of Taiwan.
I do believe you, and thank you so much for your inspiring sharing our conversation. It's been wonderful. So I'd like to stay there, and I will say hi and thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wang, for this time. It's a really pleasure and an honor for me to know you. So I'll see you once again.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. This is Maribir, and take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
three. And 사랑합니다. One, two, three.
Korea several times. And it was to come to participate in the opening of the Interfaith Temple initiated by Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. And I follow Mrs. Moon and her husband in the movement since 50 years.
Wow.
And coming now together with these ladies was a wonderful experience and a reaffirming of my faith, of my look out into the future, because I joined this movement because I could believe again that peace is possible, harmony is possible, because I was told as a teenager, always following Jesus, yes, he gives us good ideas, but we're never gonna achieve it because we have all this sin in us. But I know now it is achievable with goodwill and hard work. And I learned, I'm taking away a few keywords.
What is it?
Peace starts with a smile.
I agree.
And if you can dream something, you also can realize it. And I met women leaders who came together in an international summit, and they all pledged and reaffirmed that as women, they will do their best to, they're first ladies from political leaders or country leaders, to influence their husbands and their sons to always think of bringing people together and not thinking of their own perspectives, but thinking of the other person's perspective. And going to the demilitarized zone where I could learn about the history, how tough it is to create peace between two opposing they're the same country, but they're two opposing parties. And the efforts made and not coming to the goal of unification. And then I experienced this very passionate Korean lady who bought land in this demilitarized zone and is creating already, she already achieved a lot, creating a lively forest on barren ground where it was even a battlefield. And that was just amazing. And following this and working for this idea of that peace is possible, and hearing other ladies with their initiatives and their work following the same goal, and now we create even a stronger network and bonding and supporting each other. So it was a very rich experience, and I'm very grateful that I could participate. And it was wonderful to meet you in person.
Me too. Same here,
Yes,
Imgard.
yes.
Thank you so much. And looking forward to seeing you in New York or in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's a possibility, right?
Indeed. Thank
Yes,
you, Imgard.
I'd have a safe trip home.
You too. Thank you. Hi, Jana.
Hi.
Tell me about your impression, how you feel after attending this historic event.
I'm overwhelmed with the spirit of love that I experienced in just the whole week, but especially this event.
How did you find the show?
Unbelievable, phenomenal, very impactful. I'm reflecting deeply on what I saw and heard. Very thought-provoking.
Amazing.
Oh, excuse us.
Hi, Bala. How do you feel about the opening of the Interfaith Temple today and the overall show that you were able to witness?
Oh, that was a very interesting event that happened because for me, coming from a very different culture, from a very different religion just, that was epic. I could know what is the history of Korea. I never knew that Japan conquered Korea from this event. I knew that, from the play that they did. So I knew that, like, how Korean people suffered from all those stuff that's happening right now, but they still have hope. They are very resilient. So yeah, that was very nice, and I would say that's a very good chance for me to be here and see and witness all those things that are happening right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bala.
You're welcome.
Okay.